This lecture follows our last lecture on simple linear regression. First, we will continue about the B weight, beta, and the correlation coefficient of R. Second, we will learn the standard error of estimation. Third, we will test the significance of the B weight. So we talked about the correlation coefficient and the regression coefficient. The equation for the regression coefficient is covariance of xy divided by the variance of x. The equation for correlation coefficient is covariance of xy divided by standard deviation of x multiplied the standard deviation of y. Apparently, there is an interconnection between B and R. What is this interconnection? Both indicators describe a relationship between x and y. B weight only goes to a further step using x to predict y. So let's see what is the mathematical change between B and R. B equals to the covariance of xy divided by variance of x. If we multiply this by a ratio of sy divided by another sy, they are the same. Then in the bottom, we can switch sx and sy. The formula becomes covariance of xy divided by sx multiply sy, multiply the ratio of sy over sx. This is correlation coefficient. Therefore, B equals to the correlation coefficient multiply the ratio of standard deviation of y and standard deviation of x. Now, you have the handout from in-class exercise number 2. Last class, we computed the regression equation for this problem. Then in this class, continue on your handout, working on exercise number 3. I want you to work on question 2 and A. Question 2 asks you to compute the correlation coefficient, use the table on the handout. And number A asks you to describe the relationship between B and R. Give yourself some time working on this question. After you finish question Q2 and A, then you can move the second section of the lecture.